about.
It's statistically a fact. Single mothers, we produce the worst product, right? Part of that, when we talk about males, especially black males, we don't realize that we're programmed, because if you don't understand history, you won't realize that, like, it starts with the female. Even when we were slaves, the idea is if you program the mind of the female slave, she will raise the offspring to continue your agenda without you having to be physically involved. She will teach her children to abide, because we're the first givers of life and care when kids are small. So we train them up to be good slaves, follow these particular rules. We indoctrinate and, create certain philosophies in their mind. So by the time they're big and strong, they still following behind the same agenda that was placed into us. So when you look at males that come from single mother-headed households, if you don't get around positive male role models, you have the emotional management skills of a woman.
Yo, this is very deep. This is from a single mother. This has been her experience, and this is her view. What's your view? Let's know in the comment section. So before anybody could say, Nana, what exactly does she mean? This is somebody's view. Let's know your view. Okay? I need to serve it very clear. This video may be very, very sensitive. This is not to bash or shame or anybody, but it's mainly to be able to raise awareness of what may be going on. My priority is to make sure that we bring awareness of the possible impacts any breaking relationship may have on our children. And as a community, is there anything that we need to be doing differently? Just like I said, let's definitely discuss this very sensitive topic, but let's make sure we do it in a very respectful way. No shaming, no bashing. Let's be more objective and see whether we think the role of the man, the role of the dad, is actually important within the family view.
Break that down. Break that down.
So if all of your upbringing, 17, 18 years, you've only seen a woman head the household. You've only seen how a woman problem solves. You only seen how a female, i.e. your mother, handles things. You've only seen how she deals with anger, guilt, shame, different feelings. You're only watching it from her. Now, she ain't telling you act like me, but she telling you act like me because this is programming.
Yes, people. So as I said from the onset, let's be very respectful in this discussion. And the reason why I had to bring this up is because I work with young black boys. And basically, according to this, session, every young black boy needs their father in their lives, or a role model, ideally a black role model, a black man as a role model. What's your view? And whilst we are listening, we will be moving on to hear it from a man's perspective, a black man's perspective. I can only discuss this from the community that I know very well, that I am a member of. So as a black man, do my presence within my household make a direct impact on my son? Because we are discussing sons. Another time maybe we may discuss daughters, and that's really equally important. But in this very moment, do we think having a dad within the household is equally important in the development of the young lad? And I know it may not be every family set up to have mom and dad living together, but even if they are not together, what is dad's involvement? What is the role of the dad? And that is mainly what we need to be able to consider. In the very worst case, where mom and dad have to live apart, where the relationship has got to a very breaking point, where they have to split, what is the involvement of dad? Let's listen to it from a man's perspective.
Another controversial topic is that single moms can raise sons on their own.
No, that's impossible. You can only show them how to be a good woman. Men that our mothers are telling us to be don't even exist in her bed. Our mothers are telling us to be the kind of man she can't even attract into the house. So how can she guide me to be a man when she don't even have a man? She don't even know a man. Her daddy was her brother was my daddy was a baby by my sister. How can she tell me what kind of man to be? She ain't mama, you ain't got a man.
Oh, hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Of the man you got, look what kind of man you got, mama. How you gonna shape us boys to be this kind of man that don't even exist but nowhere in your head? That's what's happening to the black boy, trying to listen to his mama become a black man that don't even exist nowhere but in his mother's head, with these unrealistic expectations of a man.
Now, as I said from the onset, this is a very sensitive topic. Somebody may say, you know what, my mom raised me. You know, respect to that. I did turn up, you know, very good. I'm doing X, Y, Z, and I'm doing well. I'm contributing to society. I've got my own family. That's good. You know, respect to that. It's just because we want to be able to seek your view, whether we think, you know, is becoming a trend where their family household, the black family household, is getting so accustomed to the fact that, you know what, yeah, mothers can be the sole parent of their children, especially in the West. I work with, just like I said, families, and I would have to continue to bring my work experience in this, because there are moments where I definitely think there is a trend where men are possibly not stepping up if they are given the opportunity. But on the other hand, where I think women are also not giving men the opportunity to be part of their children's own upbringing. And for that reason, it is the children who suffer. As a father myself, I do ask myself at certain times, what would my children turn up to be without my involvement? Not to say our wives, our women, you know, are not able to bring up children. But on the other hand, I think as a man, maybe you do have a special role. Your identity, what you possess, may be totally different. And for that reason, if the man is being denied the involvement of the upbringing of the child, was the boy child likely to be when they especially get to their teenage years?
Every day is the same.
I don't care.
Why are you running up on me, bro? Why are you running up on me like that? Why are you running up on me like that? You are too young to be acting like that.
So what?
You know what? I'm gonna call the police.
You call whoever you want to call.
I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call the police. You better stop grabbing my phone. You better stop grabbing my phone like you grown. You better stop grabbing my phone like you grown.
You can't put me out of nothing.
Yes, I can put you out.
Like I said, I'm gonna go do what I want to do. This is my house.
What?
I'll help pay the bills and I don't care.
What bills you help pay?
Mom, you can't.
What bills did you help pay?
You my mama, I'm your son. You can't tell me where to go.
But if you're gonna be running up on me like that, you're gonna get up out of here.
Every day I'm outside hitting blocks.
Why are you going to sleep with a ski mask on?
So why'd you post me on social media? Talking about.
What you mean why I'm posting on social media? Because look how you act.
It's for real. I don't care.
This is for my protection and for my safety. It's for my protection and my safety.
Get back.
Ain't no get back. I'm not getting back. I'm not getting back. I'm not getting back.
Every day I'm spinning these blocks.
You better get back.
What?
You better get back.
What?
While somebody may say, Nana, why are you bringing, you know, such videos? You know what? I am only using it to be able to, you know, address this issue. And this is definitely not to bash any particular group, especially to the single mothers who are part of this particular platform. I want us to be able to look at things from a very objective point of view, okay? So this is a young lad at the age of 16, you know, he definitely in a way runs the home. He at the age of 16 runs the home because there is no man in the home. And that does not mean that, you know, as a single mother at some point in time, is there the temptation that young boys may want to step up and take on that particular role as the father, as the man in the house, will then continue to bring that kind of disruption, that continue to bring, you know, a kind of traumatic language to say that, you know what, I am a man, I am able to run the house. I know somebody may say, you know, why are you posting your son on social media? That will be another video for another day. But, you know, let's start asking ourselves, why are children in their household, you know, in that particular contention with their moms, with a view that they can actually step up, they can actually stand toe to toe with their moms, you know, because they are in charge, or they want to assume that particular role as the man in the house? What do you think things would have been differently if there was a man in the house? And as somebody may be tempted to think, oh, this is a black problem, this is definitely not a black problem, because it does exist. It does happen in other communities as well.
You want me to take your iPad away?
No!
Okay, well, it's time for bed.
No! Not go to bed!
No! Come on.
No! I'm not ready to go to bed.
Come on, I gave you an extra hour.
I said, no, it's not time for bed. Chill out. It's 9 o'clock. I am 12 years old. Stop treating me like a baby.
Let's
I'm
go.
not going to bed. We're not going to bed. everything. Can you hear her?
Let's
no!
go.
We're not going to bed! No! What do you not understand?
Okay, fine. You can have 1 more hour.
You go to bed. Yeah, you go to bed.
Now, go to bed.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
Now, I know somebody may say, it's not about the mom or dad, but it's about structure. That's true. Children need routine. But this is the situation where children becomes a bit used to less boundaries. And for that reason, they tend to want to run the home. As seen by this father, while somebody may say, oh, no, it's just because he could be so stern on his children. I don't believe so. That's my personal view. In as much as fathers can be friends to their children, the boundaries are equally important. And if the boundaries are not there, there is a point in time where the whole family household starts to suffer. What's been your experience of having a father in the house? What's been your experience of being raised only by your mom? And equally, if you've been raised only by your father, let us know some of the experiences. But the ultimate is for us to be able to look and continue to uphold that precious unity that we've ever had in our community of a father and a mother bringing up children. And as I said from the onset, in the very worst case, when parents cannot live together, there is the opportunity for our fathers or these said parents to be able to bring up their children in the name of unity, for them to be able to make the best of their experiences. My ultimate is there continue to be a rise of our black boys experiencing very extreme challenges because they are not able to access their fathers. And whilst it's being the norm, or is becoming the norm, that their mothers are able to bring them up and for them to be able to turn up well, I definitely want to say we are having a trend where our young boys are struggling, becoming part of the statistics because of the lack of fathers. What's been your view? I know you've watched all this far. If that's been something that you've really enjoyed, like, subscribe, share with somebody. Maybe let me take back the word enjoyed, because this is a very sensitive topic and I don't want any of my following subscribers to ever think this is a video to bash. I've said it from the onset, this is not to bash, but also to raise awareness the impact of family separation does have on children. And when the separation happens and there is no relationship between the mom and the dad, especially the black boys, they do struggle the most because they need their fathers.
This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
As a people, do we think there is more that we can do in order for us to be able to hold on to our family union? Because believe it or not, it's always been the family that has been the strongest backbone that we've always had as black people. However, over the time, it's becoming a trend where it's becoming so much, a common experience where it felt like, yep, mothers can bring up children solely, or fathers can decide not to be involved. because of their difficulty with the mom. But the ultimate is the challenge that our children continue to experience. And especially for those of us in the West, I definitely want to say it's about time we need to start looking towards working between ourselves. Even though we may have difficulties, we may continue to have challenges. It's about time we need to look at how we can hold the family union together for us to be able to look at the next generation, able to thrive in this very kind of system, which may not always be receptive.
All that shit is fatherlessness. You don't know what it feels like to be in the presence of a man that has some authority. How you gonna feel comfortable with this shit out in the world? This is why we end up struggling as young ladies trying to process and like feel comfortable around y'all. I feel like a nigga trying to control you. Feel like you're trying to tell me what to do. Feel like you're trying to use your money to do. It's a lot of shit we misperceive, or we take it the wrong way because we don't know what it feel like to have a daddy that say, this is the decision as a man, and ain't no woman coming to put her 2 cents on it, right? Then you only seeing how a woman solves and processes and run the household. This your programming. Now flip the same shit to a young boy. You 16, 17, fully grown in your build, but you only ever saw a woman run shit. You only ever saw your mama, decide how stuff gonna go in the household. And we nurture her. So a lot of times women don't even realize all that fussing, the way you handling your son, you fucking him up. And this is why it's a lot of niggas that they not gay. They heterosexual males. They are attracted to women, but they can't stand a fucking woman.
I did a video some time ago, and somebody reached out to me and said, Nana, this video exactly as it says, and mothers are not allowing their children to see their fathers. The person did say to me, Nana, that's exactly what happened to me. And equally, since I grew up, I'm finding it very difficult to have a relationship with my mom.
Kept me away from my dad for 26 years. You know what kept me away from him? My mom told me that my dad said I was a mistake and kept me away from my father. Every time, this been looking for me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
He's been looking for me. I finally talked to my dad. He's a good dude. My mom told me my dad has not paid child support since I was a kid. I finally meet this. He has envelopes full of shit proof showing he been paying child support. My mom calls me. What you doing, baby? What's going on? I'm at my dad's house. What the you doing at the house? Didn't I say don't discuss family business? My dad bust through the door and snatched the phone. I was trying to, no. Hello? Put my son back on the phone. No, it's my son too. What do you want? Put my son back on the phone. And my dad loses it. Going in on my mom. And I'm listening to my mom. All that slapping, abuse, and beating me up, choking me when I'm on the floor, beating me with belts, wrapping hangers around other hangers. My mom turned into a 2-year-old little girl when my dad started talking to her. She talked to me like my entire life. He's yelling on the phone, you mad because I left you. And I didn't want to be with you no more. And you kept my son away from me as a weapon. Whenever my mom would get pissed off by my dad or my sister's dad, she would say, you will never see your son again if you did.
People, all that I want to share in this video is, whilst we definitely have a family union to protect, are we doing the ultimate to be able to bring up our next generation in the same system where we used to have a father and a mother, or we used to have a system that is able to bring up these children? And even if mothers and fathers are not able to continue in their relationship, there is an ongoing relationship between the child and the father. And especially in a system where the young boys, especially young black boys, continue to look far and yonder for a role model, which then becomes exploitative when they fall into the hands of the inappropriate persons. What are we doing as a community to be able to protect our sons? Are we able to do to protect the young black boy that you see down the road, that you see in the school, looking for the opportunity to be protected? People, all that we wanted to bring across today is to be able to share the impact of single household does have on children. And this is no disrespect to families who, through no fault of theirs, may have to continue to care for their children as a single family household. However, If that is the case, are we doing our ultimate best to make sure that our children are appropriately exposed to the support of the father in their development? And unfortunately, these are some of the challenges that we do experience in our line of work, where we are asking ourselves, who is supporting the young black boy? Let's help educate ourselves. Like the video, share with somebody, and remember to subscribe, because we are here to promote black excellence. However, we need to also talk about the challenges that we do experience within our community. People, I'll see you in the next video. Boom.